What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and in today's video we'll be taking a look at the latest collabs from Travis Scott's Cactus Jack that were debuted at this weekend's Cactus Con. Now before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the homie Strain Beats who's been cooking up the beats for these videos, so make sure you guys check them out. And while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe and join our free Discord to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest. Shout out to all of my chefs in there. Now to kick off today's video, all roads lead to Las Vegas this weekend as Travis Scott here, aka LaFlame, hosts the annual Complex Con, this time with his own cactus-inspired twist. So for the next portion of this video, I just wanted to highlight some of the new Cactus Jack brand collabs that were available this weekend for all of my chefs, viewers, and ragers that weren't able to attend. Starting things off with the following Cactus Jack collab with the Las Vegas Golden Knights, who most recently won the NHL Stanley Cup in 2023. And this dope hockey jersey would of course be followed up by the following collab with the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly the Oakland Raiders of the NFL, in the form of this dope Cactus Jack inspired football jersey, which I think is pretty hard. Now next up we have a returning collaborator of Cactus Jack in the form of the legendary streetwear brand Cactus Plant Flea Market, as you guys can see with the following pieces here, whom Travis most recently collabed with in support of his Days Before Rodeo merch and Welcome Home to Young Thug one time. And while my younger viewers likely weren't around when this brand was poppin' in the 90s, Travis would actually team up with the legendary streetwear brand Echo, which was a staple of the early 90s and early 2000s. Now as far as what might be my personal favorite collab to debut this weekend, I think it's definitely gotta be this Cactus Jack and WWE collab, which we got a preview of in the form of the following hoodie and t-shirt, which in itself is actually a collaboration with the original Cactus Jack or WWE legend Mick Foley or Mankind, and is a collab I've been trying to manifest on Twitter over the last couple of months, so if anyone from the WWE or Travis's team sees this, holla at your boy. Now additionally, something else I wanted to point out that some of my ragers may be hip to is that this is not actually the first time LaFlame has collabed with Mick Foley, as we saw the two collab in the past for the Cactus Trails collab. So with that said, and to follow up the WWE collab, we've got my second favorite pieces to debut this weekend in the form of this Fox Racing and Cactus Jack collaboration, which sees LaFlame's own twist on some classic motocross style jerseys that we've seen take over and kind of influence the hip-hop scene over the last couple of months, with some of his contemporaries such as Destroy Lonely here, who's also been rocking a lot of Alpine Stars, which is another competitor in the same niche. And who could forget Travis quite literally wearing a Fox Racing jacket here on the set of Playboi Carti's music video for the song Backrooms. Now next up, in terms of some more new merch from this weekend, we also saw some new pieces debut from the brand Moa Lola, who most recently rose to fame for their collaboration with Ye and the $20 wet tank that came from the Vultures era of $20 merch. And if LaFlame's collab with Young Thug's Spider brand in support of his Days Before Rodeo merch just a couple of weeks ago wasn't enough for you, the two would also debut some more collaboration pieces this weekend that you could get your hands on. Now last but not least, we also saw the debut collab between the legendary Playboy brand and Cactus Jack in the form of some t-shirts that were also available. And I also want to mention that there was some straight up Las Vegas branded apparel and merch, which I think is pretty dope as a cool way to commemorate this crazy weekend, and it honestly shows that there was something for everyone to be had at this convention. Now, in addition to the dope performances and the many collaborations we saw debut over the last couple of days, a portion of the convention also served as a bit of a museum to Travis's career, so I just wanted to share some images to give you an idea of what we missed, including some of my favorite tour merch from this now iconic Utopia tour, along with the introduction of the Cactus Coliseum, in which visitors had the opportunity to customize their own soccer jersey, which I think is really sick and a throwback to the Look Mom I Can Fly era. Now, along with the iconic outfits that went along with the Utopia tour, we'd also see Travis's custom-built recording studio that was of course built by Rick Owens, And we'd also see the Secreto Maximus, which looked to be a bit of an indoor soccer arena where fans could test their skills against other ragers. So given that this convention is essentially a celebration of Travis's career, you can imagine why I was a little skeptical and surprised and shocked to see his now infamous BMW E30 M3 present, because it was allegedly raffled off, and here it is. So regardless, and if you're interested in learning more about that story, I'll go ahead and include it at the end of this video. I have to say, I think it's really cool what Travis and the Cactus Jack team put together for this Cactus Con. Because not only did it celebrate the many different eras of Travis's career and tours, but it also gave fans the opportunity to make memories, whether they were picking up some of these exclusive collab drops or actually getting their hands on some exclusive sneakers drops, as we would see the debut of one of his latest sneakers in the form of this T-Rex Dark Mocha, which was available for lucky fans to get their hands on at the convention itself, but not before keeping up with the tradition of backdooring Travis Scott sneakers, as resellers were able to get their hands on plenty, making sure that the fans were not getting their hands on them. Now, despite allowing resellers to backdoor his latest sneaker yet again this weekend, Travis's team would also debut a new colorway of his latest silhouette, being the T-Rexes or Jumpman Jacks in the form of these. And we'd also get our first look at some Travis Scott Jordan brand samples, giving us an idea of what the two teams have been cooking up and working on in the meantime. And I'd love to know in the comments if any of these three pairs speaks to you, and if you'd like to see any of them actually produced. Because despite some recent rumors on the sneaker streets of Travis potentially ending his deal with the Jordan brand, I honestly can't see him anywhere else but with the Jumpman. And if getting your hands on some of these exclusive Cactus Con collabs wasn't enough, Trav was actually interacting with fans and signing sneakers, so just imagine how dope of an experience this had to be for anyone that was able to attend. Now, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Ultimately, I know we saw a lot of collabs debut this weekend, but I truly feel that there's something available for everyone at this convention. And I'm super jealous of everyone that was able to attend, because at the moment, there's no indication that any of these are going to be dropping online, so you guys might have been very lucky. Now, I also wanted to point out that I haven't had any movement on my Travis Scott soccer jersey, so if any of you guys have, let us know in the comments. And for what it's worth, I did want to mention we saw the debut of some other artist merch from artists such as Cardi and Ken Carson, so if you guys are interested in me cooking up a video covering those, let your boy know in the comments. Now, as always guys, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen. I can't stress enough how jealous I am of all of my viewers and ragers that were able to attend. I hope that you guys had an amazing time, and if you did, let us know what kind of pickups you had. Additionally, I know there are some brands I was not able to mention or talk about, but I just wanted to include the ones we had photos of. So as always guys, remember to stay safe out there, and remember, it's lit. Straight up, and peace.